is ATG Grid News. I'm Zach Hagu.
I am Catherine Llewellyn.
Our top stories. Second Life main grid regions reach 2026 high. Second Life reaches a 2026 high with renewed regional growth. Week 30 simulator user group updates, simulator work, targets crossings, web RTC fixes, controls, and SLUA. Virtual Ability wheelchair design contest. New accessibility contest funds creative mobility for every avatar.
Hello, and welcome to ATG Grid News.
New figures reported by Daniel Voyager show the Second Life main grid reaching a 2026 high, with a total of 27,239 regions recorded as of Sunday, July 5th. The figures include 17,777 private estate regions and 9,462 Linden-owned regions. The update points to positive net growth over the previous week, with the main grid adding 42 regions in total. Private estates accounted for most of that rise, increasing by 36 regions, while Linden-owned land grew by 6 regions. The total grid area was listed at 1,785.14 square kilometers. The increase marks continued recovery from earlier regional losses. Daniel Voyager reports that the grid has now recovered more than 40% of the decline seen since the January 2025 peak. While the main grid remains below that earlier high, the latest figures suggest renewed land growth and continued investment by residents, communities, and estate owners.
Second Life's daily user concurrency remains stable, though lower than earlier in the year. Daniel Voyager's early July update reports maximum daily concurrency ranging from 38,000 to 43,000 residents, with median levels between 35,000 and 36,000, and minimum levels between 25,000 and 27,000. The highest maximum concurrency peak recorded so far in July was 43,093 residents in July 5th. Daniel Voyager notes that the overall concurrency has come down since early March, following a seasonal pattern often seen during the summer months. Earlier in 2026, the platform saw stronger peaks, including 48,802 residents on March 1st. The numbers suggest while summer activity is softer, the daily user base remains consistent. The report also points to the possibility of higher levels returning later in the year, particularly during autumn and winter, when Second Life traditionally sees stronger daily activity. For now, the grid appears steady, with tens of thousands of residents logging in daily.
Registration is open for Rock Your Rack 2026, the annual Second Life fundraiser supporting the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Second Life Newser reports that the event is seeking participants across several categories, including live singers, DJs, music hosts, designers, venues, roleplay regions, bloggers, and artists. Organizers say registration remains open until July 31st or until available slots are filled. Entertainment slots were expected to fill quickly. While bloggers remain especially needed, Rock Your Rack is scheduled to run from September 25th through October 4th. The event has become a familiar part of the Second Life fundraising calendar, combining music, fashion, shopping, art, and community participation in support of breast cancer awareness and assistance. For creators and performers, registration is the first step toward joining a large multi-day event with a charitable mission. For residents, the September opening will bring another opportunity to support a real-world cause through in-world shopping, live entertainment, and community activity.
A Veterans Isle benefit concert has raised more than 153,000 lindens for homes for our troops. Second Life Newser reports that the Independence Day weekend fundraiser took place on Monday, July 6th, running from 5 to 8 p.m. Second Life time. The event was organized in part by Fret's Nirvana and supported the Homes for Our Troops charity. Performers scheduled for the evening included DJ Yum, followed by singers Mero Desade and Grace Loudon. Donations were collected through the 2 house-shaped kiosks placed at either side of the stage. A total of 153,753 lindens were raised. Donors who contributed 2,500 lindens could receive an Independence Day themed gift, a bald eagle statue dressed in overalls patterned after the American flag. Veterans Isle regularly hosts benefits for Homes for Our Troops, usually on the first weekend of each month. This latest fundraiser continues Second Life's long record of community-driven charitable giving, combining music, remembrance, and support for veterans beyond the virtual world.
SOULAND Gallery is hosting Collection, an exhibition featuring the work of Pagan Lane. The exhibition opened on July 15th and presents artwork from the physical world inside Second Life, giving visitors the opportunity to experience Pagan Lane's creative practice in a virtual gallery setting. The show is curated by Juliana Allen, also known in Second Life as Juliana Teichman. According to In Our Pace coverage, the exhibition brings together pieces that connect visual art, mythology, and personal expression. The result is a gallery experience that uses Second Life not just as a display platform, but as a way to reframe artwork through space, scale, and atmosphere. For residents, the exhibition offers another example of how Second Life continues to serve as a meeting point between physical world artists and virtual world audiences. Gallery spaces across the grid have long offered artists a way to reach international visitors without the limits of location. Collection continues that tradition, giving residents a new cultural destination and placing Pagan Lane's work in front of a global in-world audience.
Bellisseria's Big Splash Adventure Oasis Water Park is open at the Bellisseria Fairgrounds. The Bellisseria Animal Sanctuary says the park runs from July 11th through August 29th, offering a seasonal destination with water attractions, DJ parties, family activities, and summer-themed prizes. The water park includes slides, pools, a mini splash kids park, food court areas, and Nubby Beach shop. The collected stamp is also available for Bellisseria passport holders, giving visitors another reason to stop by during the summer session. The attraction gives Bellisseria residents and visitors a summer gathering space that will remain open through late August. It combines recreation, music, prizes, family-friendly activity, and community connection at one of the region's major seasonal destinations. As summer continues across the grid, the Oasis Water Park adds another option for residents looking for shared experiences, casual entertainment, and a place to cool off in world. The Zany Railway has announced a July locomotive change. With Pride Month concluded, the Pride Service locomotive Gulith is receiving a rest, and Montgomery has taken over passenger service. The railway says Montgomery will remain in operation until August 7th. Passenger service continues from Somdari, giving railway enthusiasts and visitors a fresh rotation on one of Second Life's long-running community transport projects. For residents who enjoy rail travel, photography, or transportation history, the locomotive change offers another reason to visit. Railway projects across Second Life often serve as more than simple transportation. They connect communities, encourage exploration, and give residents a structural way to move through connected landscapes. Zany's and Railway's rotating service keeps that experience active and gives regular riders something new to watch for on the line.
Second Life Simulator development was in focus as the latest simulator user group meeting brought news on server deployments, vehicle crossings, viewer controls, WebRTC messaging, and SLUA development. According to In Our Pay's Week 30 summary, the SLS main channel was restarted without a deployment on Tuesday, July 21st. The Mango Simulator update was expected to move to the RC channels on Wednesday, July 22nd, with Nectarine named as the next simulator release after Mango. The meeting also covered progress on a previous issue that caused some regions to fail when granting capabilities. A hotfix had already been deployed across simulator channels on July 14th and 15th. While described as not a complete fix, the update was set to prevent an entire sim host from being taken down at once. Vehicle region crossings were another major discussion point. Peppa Linden has been working with a new test harness designed to reproduce difficult crossing scenarios, leading to proposed fixes that would hold the vehicle in a region until all passengers are ready for the handoff into the next region. The simulator user group discussion also touched on wider travel concerns across the grid. Vehicle users, sailors, pilots, and drivers have long reported that region crossings can be unpredictable, particularly when a vehicle crosses into parcels with access restrictions, ban lines, or security systems. The latest discussion explored how those situations might be handled more clearly in the future. Ideas included better ways for travelers to identify blocked parcels before they encounter them, and possible improvements to how handoffs are managed when an avatar is not permitted to enter a parcel ahead. The meeting also included updates from Leviathan Linden on the game control viewer. A new pre-release has been cut with improvements that allow buttons to be mapped to avatar movement actions. The D-pad is mapped by default for forward, backward, and strafe movement, and the interface has been revamped to map actions to inputs. Roxy Linden also reported progress on the WebRTC peer-to-peer instant message bug, where sessions sometimes fail to start. A potential fix for at least some of those failures is expected to move forward soon.
Virtual Ability has announced a new Second Life creator contest called Mobility Without Limits, following a $250,000 Linden donation from Linden Lab. The donation was announced during the recent SL23B Golden Ticket giveaway event, and Virtual Ability says it will use the full amount to fund prizes for creators who design original virtual wheelchairs for use in Second Life. Virtual Ability has served as a peer support community since 2007, helping people with a wide range of disabilities take part in Second Life. In its announcement, the organization said the contest is intended to pay Linden Labs' generosity forward, while expanding mobility options available to residents. The contest will invite creators to design innovative, full permission wheelchairs that support mobility, self expression, and role play. Prize categories will include everyday mobility, racing and sports, fantasy and sci fi, and mobility for every avatar. The final category will focus on wheelchairs designed for tinies and other non standard avatars. Additional details about the contest are expected to be released later. Questions may be directed to Emmy Capellini.
The Gazette is highlighting a group of embassy gardens now open for community use across Second Life, offering residents freely accessible spaces for relaxation, photography, ceremonies, meetings, and public or private events. The featured gardens belong to the Corsican, Gaeta, and Satori embassies. Each garden was created and is owned by the ambassador of its respective embassy, and each has been donated for use by the Bellisserian Bureau of Bureaucracy, members of the BBUG Group, CDS citizens, and members of the Continental Passport Control Group. Because membership in the Passport Group is open, and the gardens are effectively available to all Second Life residents. The Corsican Embassy Garden is described as a hidden romantic landscape with winding paths, flowers, lavenders, trees, water features, ponds, rocks, shaded corners, a large golden pavilion, and a formal fountain area. The Gaeta Embassy Garden offers a broader collection of event spaces, including classical architecture, a vine-covered pavilion, seating areas, water features, statues, a fire circle, and an outdoor cinema area. The Satori Embassy Garden takes a Japanese-inspired approach, featuring cherry blossoms, bridges, lanterns, a waterfall, a pond, stepping pots, and a Zen garden.
The Confederation of Democratic Simulators is continuing a summer underwater archaeological dig at Locust Aminas Bay, with the event running through August 2nd. According to the Gazette, CDS, described as the Second Life oldest functioning democracy, is inviting residents to take part by visiting the barge at Locust Bay and dropping underwater to join the dig area. Residents who activate the CDS group may add their own sunken treasure, tools, and even water life to the site. The event began on July 4th and remains open beyond today, giving participants additional time to contribute to the underwater scene before the end of the month and into the first days of August. Visitors are also encouraged to stop by near the end of July to see how the mysteries of the deep have developed as more contributions are added. The archaeological dig adds an interactive community element to the region, combining roleplay, exploration, building, and shared storytelling. Rather than presenting a finished display for residents to observe from a distance, a dig invites participants to help shape the site directly. For CDS, the project also continues a long tradition of civic and cultural activity in Second Life.
A new Cica Ghost installation has opened in Second Life, bringing residents into a bright coastal world titled Visiting a Friend. The installation opened on July 19th, and in our page coverage describes it as a colorful summer setting inspired by memories of visiting the beach or seaside. The scene includes grass, sand, boats on the water, storks in the shallows, dunes, sandcastles, and brightly painted seaside houses. Visitors will also find familiar whimsical touches associated with Cica Ghost's work. Giant balloons float above the landscape, and the blue whale watches over the setting with a small house on its head. The house includes a bed, a flower in a pot, and a curious cat-like pet. A sand-built lighthouse stands nearby, connected to a keeper's cottage by a bridge, with another playful surprise waiting near the top. The installation sits beneath a starry sky and carries a reflection of friendship and memory. Its chosen quotation compares good friends to stars, suggesting they may not always be seen, but remain present. For Second Life residents, Visiting a Friend offers a new art destination that blends nostalgia, seaside imagery, and fantasy. That's all for today's edition of ATG Green News. I'm Zach Haiku.
And I'm Catherine Llewellyn.
Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to enjoy the grid.